Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back to the next episode of the Angels Resplendent here on Let's Paint. I, of course, am your host, Trooper 6. And we're continuing. We got our beautiful Aquila here. I really wish we could show it off in better coloring. But we are sticking to what the Angels Resplendent color scheme is. More or less, we're sticking with that. I mean, because sometimes when color schemes are invented, it's not like 100% awesome. Or I felt like something would look better. Like when I do the white faces on the helmet. That's just something I like to do. And I'm sure the Marine would look just as magnificent if I didn't do it. Like the Aquila. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be black. Not this rough iron. But does Daddy care? Not particularly. Trooper 6 is going to do what he's going to do. And what he's doing is painting it rough iron. Because it's going to look good. I would know. I did 2 of them right there. And guess what? They look pretty damn good. If I do toot my own horn myself. And you know what? We're even going to do that belt. Are we? Yeah, we are. We're going to do that belt. And of course, we all know that this is a risky move with such a haggard brush. I'm sure you can see. Look at that. Ugh. Makes me want to put a disclaimer up. I wonder if I'll do that. If I did, haha. If not, well. Doesn't really matter. I just never know what I'm going to do with the editing now. Because now I've been spending more time doing the editing. Just, trying to make sure that things look good, is good. That's it, really. Just trying to make sure. Now, I know I am about to do something a little different with this helmet than I did with the others. That's okay. All you gotta do is bear with me and trust. But Trooper, I don't even know you. Why would I trust you blindly so? That is a good question, citizen of the Imperium. Why would you trust me blindly? Maybe it's because the Commissar will shoot you. I know, we're focusing hard. Focusing hard this episode, man. He hasn't talked to me yet. He's barely said a word to me. You be alright. Dad is just trying to make sure he does the best job he can for you. That's it, man. That's it. I just want it to look good. And even selfishly, it ain't about you. I want this to look good for me, man. Because at the end of the day, yeah, sure, you're looking at it and whatnot. I'm the one who has to live with it. Because I love these Angels Resplendent so much that I'm like reluctant to put them on my Etsy shop. Which is just kind of, digging myself out of money. My gunmetal is almost out. But that's okay. And we're still going with this zero brush that is just haggard, beat up, old. Like an old man before retirement. We're going to get that key in there, make that silver. I keep forgetting to look up what the hell things like that are supposed to be about, the keys. I'm like, why would he have that on him? Because I know the primaries, they come with little pendants that you can attach to them. And I've been told that they're relics and whatnot. And I'm like, a lot of these things just have bone. So you telling me they have bone of like former battle brothers and things like that? What exactly relics are we talking about? Or is this just, it look cool and you can make up whatever you want? Which, I mean, wouldn't surprise me if that's what Games Workshop was saying. But yeah, they're just little things that I have not bothered to look into because it's such a small detail to where I often forget. You're going to see a little bit of metal work go into a lot of this. Honestly, it's because the silver just looks so damn good. It really, really comes together well with the orange. And that is exactly why we've been doing it. But like that tabard that's hanging, we're going to leave that white. Because why not? It'll look regal. And if it don't, well, I guess that's my fault and my burden to live with. Although I did think it would be really cool if somebody, for those that are painting along, if they ever did get the same model as me and are painting the exact same thing, I'm like, that would be really cool. However, you would finish before I ever did. Because, these episodes are only coming out weekly, and you're most likely going to paint for an entire session. I don't know how long you're going to paint for, actually. I mean, maybe you're only going to paint for, the 30-odd minutes that an episode lasts. I mean, that would be really cool, too, if, like, you only painted that model while the episode was on. It'd take you a while to get your stuff done. At least that project. I mean, you have the rest of your time to allocate to painting. So, I mean, it's whatever. You do you, man. I am here to support it. Ba-bum-bum-ba-bum-bum. And we've got some Mega Man jazz going on, because I honestly didn't know what else to put on in the background. I was tired of the ambiance, to be honest. And it ran into a lot of ads. And me being me, I didn't like stopping just to hit the skip button or having to actively try to ignore the ad that was going on in the background, the unskippable. I know some of you might even say, dude, just get YouTube Premium. It's not in my budget right now. I have vastly more important things to budget for. All right, I'm already annoyed enough that I have Amazon Prime. No offense to them, it's just I want to say it's unnecessary, in which it kind of is. But at first, it was just a personal thing for me, and then I started using Prime Video. And go figure, now that I'm a parent, that Prime Video is actually pretty awesome. They usually keep different movies available for the kids on there. They got stuff for me too. You never know what you're going to be in the mood for. And their free stuff rotates, which sometimes can be cool. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass because I'm like, damn it, I was looking forward to that, and now it's... But it's all right, man. You just gotta keep on living, man. Livin. Boom, 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 boom. It's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad, man. I'm digging it. Are y'all digging it? I'm digging it. Stop looking at it. Man. And I just had this conversation with J Dowg 1135. I had your tag written down, but it's on my phone, and of course I'm recording on my phone. So shout out to you, big dog. But this specifically will go out to you, and it almost pains me. There, it's a silver pommel. It's for you. But let's admit it, dude. The silver looks really good with the orange. Kills me, man. I don't do silver pommels often. And I asked you why you did yours, and you said the project you were working on, it might have been a homebrew. I'm having a brain fart right now, but that's just what you went with, because that was in the color scheme. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I've done it a few times, and then I'd forgotten that I just did it recently, because it's not something I ever really do. It's not often at all. But I had painted a Loyalist Alpha Legion disguised as a Khorne Berserker. And, well, silver is like their color. So I did it. It just made sense to me. I was like, I could do it as, brass or bronze or whatever the hell you want to call it. Or I could just suck it up and do it as silver because it's going to look good. And I didn't really think, like, as much as I'm talking about it, I didn't think this much about it. And if I did, it just happened very quickly in my head. Because I'm ADHD and our minds move a mile a minute, which is why we get so distracted easily. We digress or go on tangents and forget what the hell we're saying, like I'm almost about to do. But yeah, man, it was just that for the Alpha Legion, it was a no-brainer. I was like, why wouldn't you do that? I guess even more accurately, you could go, why the hell wouldn't they have? Why wouldn't they have it silver? Like, why not? And something I'm going to look at real quick. Yeah, okay, even on the helmet on him, I did a silver skull. You can tell I was making some conscious choices here. Then again, that was the first one that I did, so I really did have to sit there and think about certain things. And I know most of the time you're not going to see undersides of helmets and all that, but I do feel better knowing that it's painted and knowing how much more complete that miniature is because I went out of my way to do it. I just want them to look good. Mainly it is for y'all, dude. Believe it or not. Bottom line, yes, it is for me that I want it to look good. But I mean, I would hate to go through all this effort. I would hate for you to watch, to put all that time into it. And those of you that actually do, I very much thank you. It means a lot to me. I very much appreciate that. When y'all put in that kind of dedicated time to watching, listening, and painting along, it makes me feel good, makes me feel special. And then, like on particularly troubling days, then I have like a what about Bob? Excuse me. And then I have a what about Bob situation going on. I'm like, I think about that, and I'm like, that's right. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. As we all have days like that where we got to remind ourselves of things. People care. People love us. And regardless if they do or don't, you got to try to love yourself, man. I know that's hard. And that's something with someone who's... I have a hard time talking about it because I haven't struggled with it like other people really have. At least not in my opinion. I don't know. I believe I came close enough. I believe I came close enough, and that's bad enough as it is. Do I think I would have done it? No. No, I don't. But it has crossed my mind more times than I would, I don't know, I guess care to admit. It doesn't really matter to me that much. I know any doctor would have been like, well, you know, how often do you think about it? The normal amount. 0 is the normal amount. Oh, like, I don't know. Is it the normal amount? I can't tell anymore. But yeah, it's something that has crossed my mind. Some weeks it's daily. Sometimes it's never once. Like you could go a long time and go, hey, I didn't think about that at all. But like I said, it's not something I would ever do in the first place. Especially not now. Hell no, man. I'm a father now. I've been a father for the past 4 years. Yeah, I ain't doing something stupid like that. I ain't doing something selfish like that. And yes, it is a selfish act, you know it. And that's not to, talk smack on anyone who has, and anyone who's known someone who's done that or anything like that. I'm not downplaying them. Sorry, I wanted a better look at what I was doing right there. Not downplaying any of that. I'm just saying it is a selfish thing to do. It very much is, but I don't exactly fault people for it. I don't condone it, but I can't exactly condemn it. It depends on our mood. Sometimes, we feel like absolutes, and we could just condemn people for doing certain things. But then I look at how some people out there condemn things, and I'm like, you're just so harsh and not understanding. But I mean, see, this is why I should have just shut up, man. Because it's such a topic to where I don't know. Humanity is such a, I guess people would say, yeah, it's an enigma. I mean, it's just so gray. And it is a beautiful thing. Yes. It is a beautiful thing. Not saying it's not, just saying shut up. Alright, now the black is dried, I can actually set that thing down. Damn, we're at 23 minutes. If any of you have ever thought about that, I'll wrap it up here. If any of you have ever thought about it, and we're not going to say what it is because we know how the algorithm or whatever, we know how the censorship goes. We all know what it is. If you've ever talked or if you've ever thought about it, and one coming from me, dude, you ain't alone. Dude or dudette, we're all dudes. You ain't alone. There ain't no reason that you need to do it. There flat out is no reason for it. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, you can reach out to me. If you think reaching out to me is going to stop you, then I'm going to ask you to do it. But I was about to say, like, in a I guess a selfish way, let's not pretend like I'm here to help everybody, because dude, I got my own life and I got my own problems. But I will reiterate, like I just said, if you think reaching out to me is going to help you not do it, then don't you fucking sit there and not do it. All right? You reach out. I'd much rather you do that. I'd much rather be, quote unquote, bothered. Because a lot of people would even see it like that, especially anybody with some social anxieties. Oh, I don't want to bother him. Motherfucker, bother me. That one ain't going to bother me. That ain't going to bother me at all. Are you stupid? Actually, don't answer that. That's probably why you were thinking about doing it, because you thought you were stupid or something. And then you overthink about it and everything. And I'm talking from experience here. I'm not trying to assume how you might think about it. I'm talking from legit experience of like reasoning, rationale, and most of that is just out the window. You're not thinking clearly. You're not thinking straight about any of it. But I will leave it, like I said, I will leave it alone. That if you are thinking about that, dude, just reach out. All right, please. I could sit there and give you a million reasons not to do it. Just like you could sit there and give me a million reasons that you should do it. I could do that too. It is very hard. Or sorry, it is not hard to come up with reasons to do it. It ain't hard at all, man. All you got to do is not to sound a certain way. All you got to do is be a whiner, and you could find every reason in the book to do it. Yeah, by saying a whiner, I mean the people who just like to bitch about things and not do anything about it, and it's aggravating, man. It really is aggravating. It's not like I'm above it. It's not like I haven't done it before. That's why it drives me nuts, is because I know I've done that, and it's stupid. You're sitting there, especially when you've done it, and then you see people doing it, and you're like, wow, you have no clue that you sound ridiculous, or that the solution is that simple. Like I have a coworker, for instance, who comes to work, and you can always tell whenever he's just not having it today or whatever, but he like puts his finger to his head and he's like, bang, 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 reload, click, bang, 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 bang. So I'd look at him, I'm like, all right, quit. Just quit. He's like, no, blah, blah. I'm like, no, if you honestly are feeling like that, I know you're making a joke or whatever, and the look on your face, no, dude, just quit. All right. None of us want to be here. None of us want to do this shit. But nothing's keeping you here. And another person even said, the problem with some of the employees that come here is now they get trapped. I'm like, no, they're not trapped. All right. Nothing is keeping you here. And I've spoke vaguely about that before, where, if I can't exactly pay my bills at a job, for one, why the hell am I there? But, one step at a time, folks, right? Two, nothing's keeping me there in the first place. Whew. I don't know. That was a whole messy tangent, wasn't it? I just want you guys to be happy and healthy and safe. I mean, that's why we're doing things like this, right? That is exactly why we do hobbies. When people, they get depressed and everything, they say, you know what? Maybe you need a hobby. And they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. Hey, you never know how much it might help. Something like this, especially when you put in the time and the effort and you start to get better and you start to notice that and you start to acknowledge it for your own self, and you're like, wow, all right. I might not be the coolest and the smoothest dude in the world, but damn it, I can paint a pretty good miniature. It's not the best thing in the world, but it doesn't need to be. Really don't need to be. Speaking of, we're going to top you off right here. We're at 29:34. We're going to top it off with a little blue gem right there. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And with that, I will let you